Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. This one is a little bit delayed. I have been told that I have to get my studying done pronto, otherwise, I'm going to be unenrolled. Now, that's got nothing to do with this, but it sort of has because I have to sit down and study a lot, which I'm not used to doing. So, therefore, other stuff gets pushed aside. But we are here. We are making lemon granita. It's an Italian recipe which will serve four. And a granita is basically a shaved ice served up in a glass as a dessert. So, four ingredients, very cheap to make. Going back to our last episode, which was about costing and whatever, cheap meals. So this one's very cheap. There is a little bit involved, which is basically just stovetop, freezer, and we need a food processor later. So I'm just literally going to get this in the freezer section, leave it overnight, and we will attend to it tomorrow, hopefully early after I do my studying. So at the moment I've worked out, because I'm trying to do a diploma, I have got about half an hour per subject per night, and then I should get it done with plenty of time. Now, that doesn't include having to do work and other stuff. And I have just put in today to start my application for MasterChef as well. So that's why all these videos have been going on for this many years for Cooking with Violet Vixen, because this is a little bit of a, hey, this is what I do, this is how I cook, this is who I am, as opposed to just sitting there and writing an essay about myself, which I have to do as part of the application process anyway. But come on in, I'm going to show you what we need. Okay, so four ingredients. Probably can't get much cheaper than this, and I'm going to explain why in a moment. 450 mils of water, literally just turned on the tap and out it came. 115 grams of white sugar. Now, I don't use white sugar much anymore, so I already had that. 225 mils of lemon juice. I had a phase where I was drinking a lot of lemon water, and Aldi, these are 250 mils, and they're about $1, I think, if that. So it's nearly a whole bottle of one of these. That's pretty cheap. So 225 mils of that, and the grated rind of one lemon. So you can use the rest of the lemon. Yes, I probably should have used that as the lemon juice instead of that, but it doesn't matter. And that one, I have just, to grate a lemon rind, you use the finer part of your grater or a zester. And it looks like that. Yay! Okay, you also need a container that will go in the freezer. That one should be fine. I try and keep ice cream containers, but the ones that I've got in the pantry that are empty used to have potatoes in them. I can't be bothered washing them, so I'm just going to use this one. And the last tub of ice cream I brought has a hole in the bottom. Silly. Also need a stirring stick and a heavy based saucepan. So into said heavy based saucepan, we're quite simply just going to heat the water over a low heat, and then we will add the sugar. So let's go put this on to boil. So here in Australia, aka where I live in the Blue Mountains, it's officially the first day of winter, and it's actually been a warmer day than some of the last days of autumn, and here I am finally cooking a winter style dessert, a summer style dessert I should say. I do have a sweet tooth, so this is sort of like a sweet slash sour dessert, which also reminds me of a slushy. So, yum. All right, so once this comes to the boil, or nearly to the boil, we are going to add the sugar and stir until it is completely dissolved. Actually, we're not going to bring it to the boil. We're going to put the sugar in now, but we want to bring it to the boil. So just your normal white sugar. We don't need to go and buy any fancy sugar for this one. So as I say, I don't really use white sugar much anymore. Most of the times when I'm cooking and using sugar, it's always caster sugar or brown sugar. I just spilt some of the water. I don't think it really matters that much. So we just got to dissolve the sugar, which is easy enough. Just try and wipe up some of that water. It'll probably clean the top of the stove for me. So thanks, water that I spilt that I shouldn't have. All right, we'll be back. So once the sugar's totally dissolved, set it aside to cool. So I'm going to put a timer on for about half an hour, and then I'll be back and we'll get the next step started. Okay, so half an hour's up. Half an hour goes very quickly when you've got so much to do. So test to see if it's chilled. Obviously, stick your finger, a clean finger in it or something. And then if it's chilled, which it's fine, we are then going to stir in the lemon juice and the rind. So in goes our lemon juice. Just do it that way. In goes that lemon juice. And then get our little zest that we had from earlier. And we're going to stir that in as well. So this is just really going to intensify the lemon flavour. Okay. So you'll have basically a lemon juice coloured water. Tip it into the freezer proof container. As I say, I'm assuming this is freezer proof. In it goes. All right, I'm going to put this in the freezer for 3 to 4 hours, which is what you should do. Mine's probably not going to be seen until tomorrow night, so mine will be 24 hours. But next time you see me, it'll be like pressing fast forward and we will continue. Catch you then. Okay, so we're back. It's been a lot longer than the 3 hours, so I've just had this out of the freezer because, as mentioned earlier, I have been studying. So while it's been out of the freezer, it's meant that I don't have to do the step where I was supposed to set this in hot water. So it came out good, as you can see. So next step is we need our food processor. What you need to do is just chop it up a little bit. So because my food processor is old, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it into 4 because it serves 4. And then I'm basically just going to put one lot in at a time. So that's it. And if you don't want to do lemon, you could do this with other flavours. So just like that. Don't even know how to use my own food processor. There we go. And you literally have, it looks like snow. The yellow's gone out of it. So dish that up, make it all fancy, and that's all you need to do. So thank you for watching this episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been lemon granita. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.